Okay, so can you do all the linear ones? Linear are the ones where there's no power on x or y. Can you do 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8? And we can do quadratics because we did quadratics, 7, and this is, save 8. It's a little tricky. And that's it for today. So that's all you can do. So let's do one together. Let's do number 2 because I want to show you some tricks. Tricks are for kids. And what they say basically is solve for y, complete the table using at least 5 points, and then graph it. And let's see, what did we say here? And we say that if you can't tell what it is, graph more points. That's kind of a duh, right? Hang on, y'all can't see that. There we go. Better? Sorry. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a harder one. I'm going to do this harder one. Right here, if I'm looking at that, did you know you can do x and y intercepts right here in this form? This is called standard form. Did you know you can do x and y intercepts from right here? It's called the cover-up method. Have y'all ever done it? Okay. Do we all agree that if I want the y-intercept, my x is 0? If it's on the y-axis, is my x 0? So if I make x 0, does that make this a negative 9 times 0 plus 3y equals 6? So I call it the cover-up method because if I want to do it, if I cover up negative 9x squared, I just get the 3y equals 6, yes? Really fast. Can I go right there? And does that mean y is 2? Because 6 divided by 3 is 2. So y is 2. My y-intercept's at 2. To do the x-intercept, I'm going to cover up the y, because that's 0. I get 9x equals 6. That means x is equal to negative 6/9. Pull out a 3, is that negative 2/3. My x-intercept is not so pretty, but could I graph it if I needed to? It's somewhere right about there, right? We're going to do better points than that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Sometimes you can find the x and y intercepts very easily. That way. Can we also solve this equation? So I'm going to erase this, if that's okay with you. I'm just going to write it really smaller because I wrote really big. I'm going to write that, oops, hang on, I didn't get it all. Yes. And so for intercepts, it's 3y equals 6, therefore y equals 2. And we have negative 9x equals 6, therefore x is equal to negative 2/3, which is not so easy to graph. Now let's solve for y. Do we need to get the x to the other side? Does that mean we need to add 9x to both sides? Is that going to give us 3y is equal to 9x plus 6? Now what do? Divide every single term by 3. Every single term by 3. Did y'all catch that? So what's my equation? Y equals to 3x plus 2. Now, is that going to make it easy to graph? For these linear ones, do you need to make a table? No. Start at 0. So if I put in a 0 for x, my y is 2. Now, does that mean I start at the y-intercept? So is that where I'm going to begin? And is 3 how I move? Does that 3 mean up 3, right 1? So can you very easily, without doing a table, go up 3, right 1. Hang on. I got to get my pen. 3, right 1. Oh, come on. Oh, don't stop you working right now. Not cool.
Did you change from the eraser to the pen tool?
It won't, it's not acknowledging my pen right now. There it is. Up 3, right 1, and then can I go back the other direction? Left 1, down 3, and if I see how it's going to be, it's going to go right through there. And then, in Algebra 1, did y'all do this whole thing like forever and ever and ever? Yeah, I remember doing that. So now can you draw it really easily? And I'm going to do mine. I'm going to cheat and use a straight line, maybe. Hang on. I need to make my line. My line does not need to be that big. But I think my line is just there. Oh well, it's okay. Do you see it? Everybody see the line? Was that easy? Yeah. Hold up. There's no holding up.
It's coming back to me.
Solve for y, find the y-intercept. When you find the y-intercept, put it on the y-axis and then move whatever the slope is. And remember, slope is change in y over change in x. So up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1. If it was negative 3, it would be down 3, right 1, or up 3, left 1. Either one works, right? Your mission is to go through here, find the x and y intercepts if you can. If that's not easy, then solve for y, give me at least 5 points. What are my favorite 5 points? These 5 points, what you want to plug in every single time is you want to plug in, for that, you want x equal to -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Start with those. If those don't work and they're not pretty, then you'll go to something else. But for the linear ones and the quadratics, those will work. They really will. And is that the 5 points you want to graph? And then from that, you should be able to sketch it. If you can't, go do a few more points. Got it? All right. Your mission is to do your assignment.